years and also has those same allegations. And so what I'll do, just for purposes of this hearing, there's no bonds on either of the cases, correct?
Sure.
And I'll let you kind of file after court the representation and that request for a bond, but let's go ahead and hear it all at this time.
Okay.
And so, Mr. Lewis, do you have a witness on the bond?
Mr. Joseph.
Mr. Joseph, best you can, raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go.
Mr. Joseph, you state your full name for the record.
Justin Jones.
Okay, and Mr. Joseph, you do understand we're here to address your bond issues in regards to these cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, as far as your working situation, do you currently have a job?
I was going back and forth to the Port of Bowman, but before all this had happened, I had filled out an application for AMCO.
Speak up, please.
I said I was working back and forth at the Port of Bowman, but before all this had happened, I had just filled out an application for AMCO off of West Calder doing vacuuming and hydroblasting. Now I'm supposed to start that, but turn myself in to take care of all this.
And as far as any additional responsibilities, especially in regards to your family, what kind of responsibilities are those?
Kids, and I take care of my uncle that just recently fell from out of the ceiling or out of the attic or whatever. He broke his hip bone, so I'll be having to help him, take care of him, take him in and out the battle to have to take him to the original because he can't walk and he don't have a walk or anything like that.
So you basically use his primary caregiver when you're not working?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as far as expenses, do you have any property or any money saved to put up that you could put toward the bond?
Yes.
Okay. Approximately how much of a bond would you be able to make?
Probably like 10,000 a piece, or no more than 20,000 a piece, probably.
Okay. And as far as any conditions of a bond, a lot of these allegations, of course, deal with drug use. Do you have any concerns or objections to wearing a drug patch or applying with any pretrial conditions judge would have for you?
Well, sir, I can wear a drug patch, ankle monitor, or whatever you need me to do.
Listen, I pass the witness, Judge.
I have no questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, any other witnesses?
No, Judge.
Any witnesses, Mr. Nichols?
I have Ms. Cole here, Your Honor. I'd like to ask her briefly. A couple
Yes, of course.
questions.
Good morning, ma'am. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Ms. Cole, are you the officer that's been supervising Mr. Joseph?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you done that for?
Since he got out of safety placement and started outpatient, so that would have started in November.
When was he ordered to go to safety?
He was ordered to go to safety January 9th, 2025.
And so after he completed that, he was, was he successful at safety?
He was successful in the unit placement and the residential aftercare, but not the safety outpatient aftercare.
When did he complete that residential aftercare?
The residential aftercare was completed October 24th, 2025.
And then after that, he transitions to the outpatient aftercare.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? When did he transition up there?
He started that November 18th, 2025, when he returned to Jefferson County.
And is that when the violations began?
Yes, sir.
And what were the nature of those violations?
He has not submitted for one UA since being out of safety. He's came to the office and he has failed to submit every single time that he has showed up.
What can you tell the court what happens when he fails to submit? He's in the office, he's told he needs to do your analysis. What happens?
The last time that he failed to submit, he said that his sister had emergency surgery and we were in the UA lab. And I said, if you walk out that door, this is a failure to submit. And we went back and forth for about 5 minutes and eventually he got it, walked out and left.
Took longer arguing about it than it would have just to do it.
Absolutely.
What happened on January 14th of 2026?
He actually I was out sick, but my supervisor called me at home. He had an admin hearing. And during that, the other safety officer, Officer Robert Menard, tested him, and as he was testing him, Mr. Bernard observed him scooping the water out the urinal and handing it to him for a UA. It was cold and it was clear, and there was no way it was his urine.
I filed the complaint.
Don't talk unless somebody's asking, don't talk unless someone asks you to talk.
Are you familiar with the circumstances of his apprehension?
He was supposed to report to my office, but he failed to report, and all I saw is that he got arrested. But in the midst of that, I was getting phone calls saying that he was in Houston at the hospital with his child, and the mother of the child was calling, stating that he was under the influence and scaring her. I got 2 different calls, and another officer got a call as well.
Was he arrested in Houston?
No, sir, he was arrested in Jefferson County.
Do you recall that he was causing an outburst or some sort of disturbance in Houston?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll pass witness.
Any questions of this witness?
Just briefly. To the safety aftercare, what does that entail?
Which one? There's 2 different ones.
Which one was Mr. Joseph assigned to?
He was assigned to, but there's 3 phases of safety.
Okay,
The unit placement, which is in the prison, the residential aftercare, which is at the halfway house, and then the outpatient aftercare is a 9-month program where he has to attend 2 groups a week, 2 individual counseling sessions with a counselor per month, submit to random UAs, attend NAAA meetings twice a week, and obtain a sponsor within 90 days.
okay. So basically the urinalysis is all part of that third section or what you talked about for that.
Yes, sir. All of that is part of that. And that's the main component of it. Because if he's in the SAFE program, that means he has a substance abuse issue.
Mhm.
And if you're not willing to submit to that, to probation, that is a presumptive positive.
Okay. So I have nothing else.
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. And so, Mr. Nichols, what's the state's position?
Judge, he's got 3 prior felony convictions. He's on straight probation on these 2 cases. At the time he was placed on probation, a felon in possession of a firearm case and a possession of phencyclidine PCP case were also dismissed. He was put on high medium caseload. He's failed to follow through with what he's been ordered to do with SAFE. He was ordered a little over a year ago to do the SAFE program and has chosen not to comply with the requirements of it afterwards, and he's tried to falsify the testing. Judge, while he may be entitled to a bond, I would ask that the court make it sufficiently high to keep him here in Jefferson.
No, they're both adjudicated, so
Oh,
it's not
then I'm
necessary.
asking for no bond, Judge, because frankly, I don't think that he's done anything to show the court that he's going to follow the court's rules while out on bond.
All right, Mr. Lewis, argument.
Judge, understandably, yes, he is not entitled to a bond. We are asking for one, given the issue of him trying to maintain employment and also caring for his uncle while we're out getting this, trying to resolve this issue. I believe any concerns of the court can be cured by the drug patch or some sort of pretrial condition that can monitor any drug use or anything while he is out on bond. I believe a bond of $15,000 for each case will be sufficient of that. He's definitely, once the violation came up and everything, I can only speak to, my involvement as far as him trying to do what he needs to do to get things, taken care of. Some of these allegations are my first time hearing about them, but and I'll address them with Mr. Joseph. But as far as his bond, I do believe a bond of $15,000 will be sufficient to maintain his return to court, and also a bond condition of a drug patch or a scram device or something of that matter could definitely keep the court in the loop, if you will, as far as if he does relapse or is any other drug use.
Well, here's the problem, Mr. Joseph. There's nothing more strict really than going through that safety program and the aftercare. And that's, like Mr. Lewis said, for me to keep an eye on you is for probation and those programs to keep an eye on you. And what I'm seeing and what gives me concern is that back last year, I'm looking at the administrative hearing that led to you going to SafeP. And at that point, you had tested positive for PCP numerous times, and you had also failed to submit numerous times to testing. And then you went to safety